Okay, this is Sleepy and Golf interview with Rex. He's the owner of Banh Vietnamese restaurant in Angeles. So, why don't you go ahead and give us a little history of the place, why you're here, and a little intro to yourself.
Well, yeah, this all started just by craving for a decent sandwich because we all know that here in the Philippines, rice is a staple.
Yeah.
And then living in the States, you tend to include like a sandwich at least once or twice in a week. So when I came here, I got married to half Vietnamese, half Filipino. My mother-in-law was Vietnamese, and then we started like sharing stories about food. And then one of that was my Vietnamese experience with food and their Vietnamese culture. And then I kind of like fell in love with the food when I was in the States because it was my comfort food on my days off. Like if you want to eat out and then you want to reward yourself after like a long week of working and you want to eat something comforting. So my go-to was always Vietnamese. And one of the things I really missed most was the sandwich, the banh mi. So I started like looking for the right bread, researching on the pate, researching on the ham, the barbecue. And then just the research was just kind of like a test just for us to have it on those days that we were craving for it. And then next thing you know, when we had one product kind of like approved from my mother-in-law. Okay, that's close as we can get to Vietnamese. Then I started like during on my caterings, I would like have it on the side like you gotta try this sandwich. You know, it's like the world's best sandwich. I always describe it as 5 flavors in just one item.
Yeah.
You have sweet, sour, salty, spicy, bitter, everything in one item.
Yeah.
Which is most of Southeast Asia that Filipinos don't have. Filipinos have 3 flavor profile: sweet, sour, salty.
Yeah.
That's it. It's always that sweet and sour or sour or salty sour. But so when I did some of my caterings, for some of them it was like something new. And then one time I just got bored. Like, let's try it. Let's just try it. Just have a sandwich stand just in front of the store. Like my mother has an existing beverage distribution, and she has already. I mean, the establishment has been around for 30 years. Their distribution, so they have a lot of loyal customers already. So I use that the loyalty of their customers. I use that marketing strategy to get some exposure.
That was mostly to local Filipinos, kind of introducing them to the cuisine.
Yeah, kind of like introducing them, and then.
What was their initial reaction to the taste and the flavors? Something they really haven't had before.
So it was for some Filipinos they knew about it. Especially, I think it was just we were just at the right time. Just because traveling was much easier now. I mean, you have the internet. Like you can see, you can Google anything. You can like get some information about that sandwich, that banh mi. But the difficult part was the vegetables, because Filipinos are not used to that bitter taste.
The basil and the herbs and the cilantro.
The cilantro. For them that's new.
Yeah.
So my achievement is like a customer saying, I don't used to eat this, now I'm eating it. So that makes you like having a convert.
Yeah.
You know, you're a non-vegetable eater now. Now you are. It's more of like you gave them room for adventure to have an open mind.
Yeah.
Especially now, food is it's just so easy to experience now. I mean, in terms of different cuisine. So
Especially in a town like Angeles here, we've got a lot of different international cuisines.
yes, yeah,
It seems that for a long time we were really lacking the
Yeah.
Vietnamese cuisine.
yeah. It was more of a Thai, and they had Vietnamese, but it didn't. It didn't. I don't think it was the right time when they had Vietnamese back then. I think it was 06. They had a Vietnamese in Balibago. I guess it was not the right time because people were not well traveled, I guess.
Internet wasn't
And
as
Facebook was
Facebook
not
and
born
everything.
then.
Yeah.
Now Facebook is born. Everybody has a piece of that experience. The social media made experience made experiencing one thing an adventure, or I would say it gave more open-mindedness to, especially Filipinos.
Yeah.
They still have that conservative side. I don't want to try that, but it gave them a sense of having an open mind.
So how long have you been open here with this location?
This location, 2 years.
2 years now?
2 years.
And how have you're not exactly in the tourist area, you're more in Angeles proper, I would say, this kind of near Nipo Mall. Not a place that a lot of foreigners are maybe coming to a little bit more now. But how has the reaction been with the locals and then with the expats and foreigners?
Well, most of my I have a percentage with the expats and the foreigners, or so-called balikbayans. Expats like they miss the same feeling that I had before. Like you kind of like miss the food that you had.
Yeah.
That you can easily have. You can just like drive 2 blocks and then there you have your Vietnamese your favorite Vietnamese shop. So for them, it's, I would say, because again, some of the ingredients are not available. I would say it's kind of like giving justice to the cuisine. I would say more than that, because I think that's the main goal, to give justice to that cuisine. Even though, you know, I'm not Vietnamese. I mean, I have my mother-in-law that can attest to the authentic side of it. But,
If you're not doing something right, she'll let you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that. You know, it's giving justice to the food. But right now we're talking to like not really play around with the food. It's just to make something that's good.
Yeah.
But Vietnamese inspired.
Right.
Like you don't really have to be authentic, but I have like 90% of this is authentic. But now I think it's time to like play around with what's good and have it Vietnamese inspired.
Are you thinking more of a Filipino-Vietnamese fusion type of mix?
Here and there they will have it like that. Like
That's interesting.
one example is I want to do like the famous lechon kawale, the crispy pork belly. Have the authentic dipping sauce for the spring roll, which is fermented fish sauce with pineapples. So that with pork will go good. And then I'm doing. Right now, I'm still planning to do a new sandwich. I'm trying to do like a corned beef bun, like a fresh house made corned beef.
Yeah.
Bun. But yeah, it's kind of those things like it's kind of like mashed up with different cultures.
This kind of draws us into a little bit of your history. You got kind of an interesting cooking background. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, especially with this fusion idea? It seems like maybe your history is a little bit involved in this. What is your history?
Yeah, I went to culinary school back in 99. I went to the Culinary Institute of America up in upstate New York, and then work in a Japanese restaurant in New York, Nobu, and then some LA restaurants, California cuisine. I worked with Wolfgang Puck's Catering, and then I did Las Vegas with Bobby Flay over there. Worked with a couple of hotels. I worked for the Raffles, the Four Seasons. So for me, because I was more of a late bloomer being in the industry, but I've been in the industry now for more than 10 years.
So worked for some big names too.
Yeah, I mean it's I've always listened to one of my chef instructors back then. He always said like if you can work 10 years in so-so restaurant, I mean working hard in this kind of restaurant for 10 years, having that experience, but work 1 year in a top-notch restaurant with quality and everything, with all the respect with food. Just 1 year there, you know, I mean, you would know more than the guy that worked 10 years.
Yeah.
Even though you worked 1 year.